Living Trust 101. What is it? What are the benefits? All right, let's get into it. Now, imagine your family a few months after you've passed away. They're still grieving, but now they can't get into your bank accounts. They can't sell your house, and a court is in control of everything that you worked your whole life for. That's what probate puts your family through when all you leave behind is a will. And a living trust is what keeps them out of all of that. I've been an estate planning attorney for a long time now, and a living trust is the starting point for almost every single plan that I build. So today, I'm going to break down exactly what a living trust is and the exact benefits you will get of having one so that you can keep your home and your savings out of probate and pass everything straight to your family with no issues. So let's get into it. Let's get clear on what a living trust actually is. A living trust is a legal arrangement, essentially, that you create while you're alive that holds your house, your bank accounts, your investments, and everything else you own. The word living just means it's up and running the whole time that you are alive. And the most important thing to understand is that a living trust does not take away your control over your stuff. All right? Every trust has three roles. The person who creates it, they're also known as the grantor. The person who manages what is inside of the trust, that person's the trustee. And lastly, the beneficiary. Who are the people who will inherit it? And while you're alive, you fill all three of those roles yourself, meaning that you're the one who creates the trust, you run the trust, and you benefit from everything that is in the trust. That means that you can still sell your house, you can spend your money, you can add or remove things from the trust whenever you want to, with you in full control the whole time. Now, to be clear, a living trust is not the same thing as a will. Absolutely not. Even though a lot of people assume that it is. The two are completely different. A will does not do anything for you while you're alive. It's really just a set of instructions for a court, a judge, to follow when you pass away. A living trust, on the other hand, is already working the entire time you're alive, holding your assets and keeping them ready to pass straight to your family when you're gone. Now, how does it work across your lifetime? Well, since a living trust is working that entire time, let's look at exactly what it does across the three main stages of your life. I like to think of it like three chapters. One while you're healthy, one if you can't manage things on your own anymore, and then one after you're gone. One single living trust covers all three of those stages, while a will only covers the last one. That's because a will does not take effect until after you pass away, so it does nothing in the first two stages while you're alive, or if you can't manage things on your own while you're alive. So let's start with that first stage, the one where you're alive and well. That one, you're the trustee, running everything yourself and living exactly the way you do today. The trust is just in place and ready without changing anything about your daily life, okay? The second chapter is the one almost nobody plans for, nor do they want to think about it. When you're still alive, but you can't manage your own money anymore. Maybe you have a stroke. Maybe you end up in a bad accident, or you get diagnosed with, God forbid, dementia. And all of a sudden, you can't pay your bills or make your own financial decisions. Without a trust in that situation, your family usually has to go to court and ask a judge for permission to take control of your money through a guardianship. And that whole process is slow, it's expensive, it is a nightmare, and also completely public. But with a living trust, you've already named what is known as a successor trustee, which is just the backup person that you would pick to manage everything if you can't do that on your own anymore. So instead of going to court, that person takes over for you right away, and your bills and everything else keep getting handled without any delay. That's all been taken care of in your trust. And the third chapter is the one you probably already think about, which is what happens after you're gone, after you pass away. This is the benefit that a living trust is best known for, which is keeping your family out of probate court. And probate is the court process that your estate goes through to prove your will is valid and then to move everything you owned to your family. The problem is it usually runs 9 to 18 months on average, and it can cost your family thousands and thousands of dollars in court and legal fees. And on top of that, everything becomes public record. So any neighbor, any relative, any stranger really can look up what you own and who got it and what it's worth. But because your living trust already owns everything, there's nothing for the court to deal with. So your successor trustee can pass everything to your family privately, often in just a few weeks. Now, if you'd rather be walked through setting up your own estate plan the right way, I run a free live workshop that's helped hundreds and hundreds of families stay out of probate and get everything done in 30 to 60 days without paying $5,000 to $8,000 to a lawyer to get this done. If you would like to save a spot in that, the link to register will be at the top of the description. Anyway, let's keep going. The benefits beyond probate. So by now, the biggest benefit is pretty clear. A living trust keeps your family out of probate court. But that is just the start, because the other benefits are exactly why a living trust isn't only for the wealthy, even though that's what most people assume. The first big one is for anyone who owns property in more than one state. Let's say you live in one state, but you also own a vacation home or a rental property in another state somewhere. Without a trust, your family doesn't just go through probate once where you live. They have to go through a separate probate case in every state where you own real estate. Now, that's what's known as an ancillary probate, which is really just a fancy way of saying, a whole separate court process in another state, with its own delays and its own court fees and lawyer fees. But when all of that property is owned by one living trust, it passes together under that one trust. So your family skips those extra court cases completely. Now, the second benefit is that a living trust is much harder for anyone to fight than a will. Because when everything passes through a will, that will gets submitted to open court. It's online, which gives any unhappy relative a chance to step up and challenge it. It's ready-made for that. And all it takes is one angry family member to start a legal fight that delays the whole estate for months and months and maybe years. But a living trust is private, so it never goes through that public court process. And there is no open court or online filings for someone to be able to get into and challenge what you decided. Now, the third benefit is a big one for blended families and second marriages. For anyone who doesn't know, a blended family just means one where you or your spouse have kids from a previous marriage or a previous relationship. A will basically gives everything away the moment that you pass away, all at once, and then it's done. But a living trust lets you control not just who gets your assets, but when and how they get them. So you can take care of your current spouse for the rest of their life, and you can still make sure that whatever's left eventually goes to your kids from your first marriage. A plain will is not going to give you that kind of control, and it's one of the most common reasons the families I work with set up a trust. Now, if you're worried that a living trust is just some expensive thing that only rich people can afford, you are believing a myth, because setting one up usually runs somewhere between maybe $2,500 to $5,000, depending on your situation in your family and where you live. Probate, by comparison, can take 3 to 8% of everything you own that goes through probate. So in almost every case, spending a few thousand to set up a trust now can save your family tens of thousands in probate expenses and costs down the road. Now, there's one step that people skip you need to know about. And this is the last thing you have to get right, because if you don't, none of the benefits I just covered will ever happen. And this is the step that gets skipped the most, which is moving your assets into the trust. Because creating that trust document is only half the job. You've then got to put your house into that trust, your accounts into that trust, and everything else into the name of the trust. And this is called funding the trust. And if you skip these steps, that trust is literally just expensive paperwork that does not protect your family in any fashion. I really cannot stress this enough. Skipping this last step, the funding step, is the number one reason I see trusts fail. When people spend a decent amount of money setting up a trust, then they feel protected, and then they never move their assets into it. So when they pass away, those assets are still in their own name, which means that their family ends up right in probate court, which is the exact thing the trust was supposed to prevent. Now, I'm not going to cover how to move every asset into your trust here because that is its own topic, would take quite a while, and the exact steps can depend on your state. But I've got a whole other video that will walk you through how to fund your trust step by step. And I'll link it for you at the end of this one. But the one thing I want you to remember is that setting up the trust and funding the trust are two separate jobs. And if you want any of it to work, you have to do both. Now, with that said, if you watched this far and you want to make sure that your plan is done right, click the first link in the description to register for my free live workshop where I will walk you through the whole thing from start to finish. And you'll learn how to put together a complete estate plan, even if you've never done any of this before. And you'll have it set up so your family inherits everything quickly, privately, and without spending months or thousands and thousands of dollars in legal fees. So again, if you want to register for that free live workshop, just click the top link in the description to save your spot. And if you want to see exactly how to move your home, your accounts, and everything else into a trust the right way, then check out this video next, okay? You see it? I'm looking at it right here, this one.